You ready?
Sure, why not?
That's the spirit. Here we go. Question 1. Who was the first innocence?
Sola.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Sola was anointed during the previous century and even lived to see the current one. She was an urban planner who spoke her mind and largely left history to its own devices, encouraging people to excel on their own rather than prescribing to a deified model of history. She is often called an anti-innocence.
The anti-innocence? 79 trial boss?
Sola resigned after an assassination attempt by a Yugo nationalist who blamed her for not taking the side of the left during the turn-of-the-century revolutions. Innocences don't usually resign. Care to try again?
Dolores Day?
Incorrect. Dolores Day was the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. She codified parliamentary democracy and created modern institutions. Among these, the moral intern, she was powerful and beautiful on all her icons. Her colors are silver, white, and apricot. And when you think her name, Dolores, stomach acid rises to the back of your throat, and it hurts. You see a flash silver, a wreath, an airport bag, and blonde hair. You don't know why. Another choice, perhaps? Steer clear of this one. There's something terrible about this one.
What?
A strange sensation of loss. When she left the earth, the dust, and the ice, and the humans. That is unimportant to the quiz. Stop thinking about this.
A flash, silver, wreath, an airport bag, and blonde hair, you don't know why. Another choice, perhaps. That my wife?
Yes, the quiz is impersonal.
Okay.
No need to rouse sensations in yourself at the mention of Dolores Day. Who was the first innocence?
I don't
it
have...
wasn't Dolores Day.
I can't get my goddamn sanity back. I'm gonna grab something to eat real quick, because this is like a good eating moment, so I'll be back in a second. You can press M for car manual in the garage. Fuck. manual while I was gone again? No. That's illegal, and you know that. Oh man. The Pericnasian?
Correct. Nothing much is known about him. It's not even clear that he was a he, but Franco Negro presumed as such and called him Pius. He's depicted as a young man with molten gold pouring out of his mouth.
Okay.
All he spoke was gold. It's said he invented God and equality of men before God. He also introduced the gold standard as a way for measuring people's love for Aurum.
For Aurum?
As the first innocence, he declared that there should be more of those like him. It is presumed his disciples were the beginning of the Holy Party, the founding party.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Question 2. Who was the strongest innocence? Easy. Everybody knows the answer to this. You, me, anybody.
Doesn't sound too familiar to me. Shoot me a hint.
An innocence is the highest category of historical personage in the world, a literal personification of history. Traditionally, an innocence, when anointed, assumes supreme rule over the Occident or the known world in general, at least the parts that matter.
Okay, very interesting, but that doesn't help me answer the question.
I can do better. Okay, so commonly an innocence does not enforce his or her power through military power. This is seen as unnecessary. The innocence wins because an innocence can't help but win, for their deeds are inevitabilities. Did this help?
No.
Damn. Great.
I don't think it's Vesper. I don't think it's Franco Negro. Dolores Day?
Incorrect again. While she originated many modern institutions, launched several successful expeditions, and was even critical of the innocentic system itself, and somehow keeps popping up in your mind, she is not often considered the strongest. Even though the words most associated with her rule are l'amour, la compassion,
La
l'autodiscipline, love, compassion, self-control, which could be seen as facets of strength. Would you like to try again? Please, relax.
Relax. Take it easy. Vesper Messina.
Incorrect.
What?
Vespa Messina is not a person, but a defunct state on the southeastern coast of the Occident. It used to take up most of the peninsula before separating into the republics of Vespa and Messina. Care to try again?
Franco Negro.
Correct. Named the innocence of militarism, he codified hereditary rule, but at the same time ended serfdom and established the Inter-Isolari Real as the global reserve currency. He also established the concept of the nation. Franco Negro attempted to solve the rising tensions between the aristocracy and bourgeoisie by building a unified society in which every man has a place and a mission, but at the same time may rise to nobility provided on the strength of his virtue.
That sounds good. I like that.
Question 3. Who was the false innocence?
Whole news to me. Maybe a few hints.
Yes, There exists a group called the Founding Party, known as the Holy Party, during the time of the Pericarnacian. This, the world's oldest international organization, spends its time in search of either the re-emergence of the innocents or new members.
Sigh internally.
There seems to be a mix-up with the sources. It's not my fault.
Arno Pasternak.
Correct. There have been a number of counter or false innocences, some assumed to have innocentic qualities, some who just thought so themselves. Occasionally, they have the support of a faction inside the ecclesiastic organization, and accusations of foul play have arisen. The most famous and important of these was Arno Pasternak. He was into torture, despotism, hymns, cannons, and world conquest, but got defeated and humiliated by Stepan the Despicable of Kedra. Final stretch. You've come so far and learned so much. This is the most important one. Question 4. Who was the greatest innocence? The most important of them all. The most precious to humankind.
Dolores Day!
Correct. The Mesk might see Franco Negro as the father of nations, but as of this century, there's been a great shift in attitude. Dolores Day has become widely regarded as the greatest innocence, a most radical change to the whole fabric of the world. Everything from inter-esolary travel to the connected world to 3 consecutive scientific revolutions can be traced back to her. Every decade that passes, she seems less human somehow, and more beautiful. Congratulations on finishing the test. The results and your subsequent grade have been calculated. You get a D.
Oh.
Not particularly remarkable, but technically a passing grade. Not that anyone really expected better. You would have done better if you just left Dolores Day for the end. Dial the Dolores Day down a bit.
Damn you, you arrogant book!
What's going on with you?
But you're furious cursing. Thinks is so smart, goddamn.
Okay.
You are shouting at an inanimate object, like a real weirdo. No wonder you seem to have trouble with the right answers.
Man, something's weird about this book. You should do something fun instead. Rock out. Forget about it.
So, the innocences are like super important historical figures that have the power to shape the world. And it's kind of a little bit vague how they do that, but that seems to be the idea.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
Trace a path through the grid.
Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North.
Wait, Ashras, what's her name? Dolores Day? Like DEI? Like diversity hire? No.
Finally, coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
For a more detailed view of the map,
But I can't even see the map here. Oh, there we go. So we're in this building right now, I think. Another boring book just discarded here.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Storekeeper, what books are these?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
Look through the shelf.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
How does that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Does this book say anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium.
Okay.
It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Oh, the curse. Find something truly otherworldly.
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf.
Dude, I rolled a 17?
Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale.
What's the pale?
The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted.
What's this book about?
The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pale, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik, or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale.
Sounds invigorating.
It is, and good for the circulation too.
What else?
It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pale. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pale and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired.
And what does this pale-aged liquor do?
Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health.
I should probably get my hands on some of that. What else is in there?
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pale, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour.
The pale like an alternate supernatural dimension?
These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need.
Anything else of note?
There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
Well, I certainly don't need that.
You close the book and return it to its place on the
Oh,
shelf.
I need more money. I want that book. I need more bullets, I need more bullets. I didn't talk to her yet.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
I feel like I need to stop asking people for money, but I've already kind of done it a lot, so... A curious pendant you're wearing. Narrow your eyes mysteriously.
Oh, yes. Helps to have an anchor in these times.
So you're the owner of the store?
I am. The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Otherwise, that person sounds familiar. You've talked to her before through the doorbell.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
What if I want to buy a book?
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go. Get back there. The books await you.
So she's trying to cast a spell on me. So what types of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books.
Do you know what books you have for sale?
Truth be told, not really. My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff with well-written prose. But you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories.
Where do you learn the important things then?
The truth is available if you just know where to look, and you have to open and free your mind to understand.
Okay, I'll take another look then.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yeah, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yeah.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
10. She's certainly very polite and helpful.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. All this pressure has made her really anxious. You know she's been chewing her nails?
God. I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life.
A part of hers too, clearly.
I don't think she can do anything about it.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
That is true and obviously the will of the market, but maybe make an exception for your daughter. What you're doing is wrong, even I know that, and I usually don't know anything.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. This is a person coming to terms with a new reality, one where they are wrong.
The will of the
It's
market
not
compels you.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there. There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
She stops where her mouth keeps moving.
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her the way she treats Annette.
You're like Annette to your husband and your mother.
Oh, well, my mother was horrible, of course. Absolutely perverse energies around that person. But my husband...
My husband is completely different, of course.
Is this husband Annette's father?
Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
Grand Couronne? Wait, Grand Couronne, what's that?
It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighbourhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead for sure.
And your husband is also involved with the bookstore?
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Is she an only child?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
Why not?
We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. Children are a lot of work. You don't look like a father, so I don't expect you to understand.
I am definitely a father. I probably have a bunch of children I don't even know about.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand.
She told me she doesn't go to school anymore.
She's been too busy helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course.
Oh, damn it, I'm trying to get my foot inside my blanket so I can wrap the blanket around both my feet at the same time, but it's impossible. Because my goddamn blanket is messed up. Oh, it's because I have it the wrong way. Like this. There we go. Oh yeah, that's way better.
I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
I messed it up again. There we go.
The woman looks aloof, her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
Farewell for now, book peddler. I think I'm gonna barge in the back, honestly.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
You just can't win. Out of the rain and into the gutter.
What are you doing right now?
Math. It's really difficult. Like, really. They say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess. Oh, I found something while you were away.
What is it?
I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does.
Using a hat almost exactly like the one Dick Mullen wears on the covers. A detective hat?
Yes, just like the one Dick Mullen wears all the time.
You become
You'll
Dick
look way
Mullen
more
slightly.
serious with that. Right, I have to get back to my homework now, before Mum notices. Man, this is hard.
Goes back at the infernal scribbling under her nose. Okay, bye. See you around, Annette. If anything, this wide-rimmed hat looks even better than the hat Dick Mullen wears. Dick Mullen is stupid and not even real. You're real, your brain is real, your real brain is inside the hat. Hey, look at that! +1 encyclopedia, that's nice. And now we just barge in the back, right?
The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hands are as close around the pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
This is about the curse, that's why you're afraid?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
I don't care, you can't stop me, I'll open them.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful.
Okay.
The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Okay. Maybe we'll come back here later when I'm slightly higher level.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Why are you so uptight about those curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side.
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
If it isn't, oh, there is something. She's doing some occult crap in here. If it is a storage room, then why do you have that strange trinket on the curtain?
It's just for decoration.
She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into tight-lipped smile, then something breaks.
Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant.
Take it easy. You've broken her resistance. Pushing her further will gain nothing.
How does this curse manifest itself?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Annette mentioned that the previous tenants have experienced some financial troubles.
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Sounds familiar.
Strange, I feel unwanted too. What does it mean?
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous.
Have you sought help from anyone?
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
She knows of the strange cage-like trinket on the curtains.
The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear, it's not enough.
Is your pendant part of the wards as well?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Pretty good. Would you like me to take the case? I could investigate, see if the curse is real.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
Psychic arts? Sounds right down our alley.
Help Annette, you're a master of psychic art, so there you go. Please succeed.
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Ma'am, I came here to help. I've handled paranatural situations before.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I sense the psychic emanations from afar. The sleeper beyond calls out.
I'm not sure I can trust your claims. Honestly, you look like a bit of a drinker. I'm sorry for being so blunt, but...
The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook. Go ahead then, rock her world. he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
I admit I've had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
I'm the Void Revenant. I have the powers to debad all the bad energies.
I should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance.
Perhaps you truly are the one to deliver this woman from the doom.
I need to get more Inland Empire.
But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
This has my partner Kim. He'll vouch for me. The little time most of my confusion, he has not been listening close enough. You put him on the spot.
Certainly so, ma'am. I can assure you my partner is eminent in this particular field.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
Hand on my heart, and then what do I do? What do I do after that? Do I throw the heart away to the people, or... I don't want to do anything wrong here, guys. On my honor.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity, for I've sensed its presence.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Chimney, the passage between heaven and hell, of course.
Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin.
I have a few more questions about the curse.
Okay, but please, only a few questions.
The woman looks aloof. Her features.
Investigate the Doom commercial area. Search for the malignant entity. Well, Asan said she lives inside a chimney. Find a way in. Hey, look at that. Try to make like a real save before I open that door.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
She tries to best look away, her round face buried in her hands. Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Ooh, wow, wow, wee, wow. We like that.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Knock on the door.
Only an echo. No one is there.
Unlock the door with the key.
After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
Open the door and enter. Oh, he has something to say, yes?
What is this place?
It's the netherworld beyond the veil.
No, it's a gym. Though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. We should find a flashlight if we want to go on. There should be one in my kinema.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Let's go with the flashlight then. Well, there's a reason why no one's been here for ages.
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now, let's go get the flashlight, shall we?
I mean, I'll grab all his stuff. He just seemed a little bit reluctant about it. Should I just grab all the things from his car? That loading screen is something about 2100 being my bedtime or something.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and a metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue, blue, lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
I'll just grab
The
all
handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The pull-out toolbox.
Place a flashlight bearing the logo of the Groundstalong Rao. The small dynamo packed inside this handheld illumination device theoretically gives you the ability to produce a tiny amount of electricity anytime, anywhere. Oh, interesting, okay. Equip this to discover secret orbs in shady areas. How do I equip it? Oh, I just put it in my hand like that? Interesting. Let's open lost containers in the world. The meanest looking pair of cutters you have ever seen, made in Gottwald by Welshmere Werkzeug. No chain wire nor bar fence will stand in the way. Again, they look hungry, ready to chew steel. The red tip pry bar has Carson T heavy duty engraved just below the handle. It is satisfyingly heavy and perhaps one of the most useful tools to carry around. Ooh, that's cool. That's a cool mechanic, I wasn't expecting that. Sinus ripping from the punching bag. The poster says Sitius Fortis and the rest is worn off. Worn out by wall bars, they look unsafe. Oh, can I do
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
Physical instrumental legendary lift the barbell. Look him, is it familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. It's just a memory from another life. When you were young and fit.
Look him, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastards just remove the collars? It could be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
So we have to roll either double sixes or a 6 and a 7. Or a 6 and a 5, I mean. The ball used for playing shot put, a favorite pastime of elderly gentlemen. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such a beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin. I do have some stuff I can sell. I do want to buy that book on the Grey Man. Always blocked by old window panes, or the pale, it was called. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. What is this, a horror game? Airships, rotors covered in spiderwebs. They remind you of blades. Yoink. A naked mannequin, a torso, a strange yellow color. Blue velvet, soft to touch, moth bitten. What if I get a little bit of money and then I buy that pale book, which was related to the curse, and I read that before I explore more in that room? I just gotta find the pawn shop that I can sell something. Let's see if we can find the pawn shop. It should be here, over here somewhere, I think. The code-operated viewer has been banged up, inoperable. What should be unlocked in the next act? Ah, okay. That's not an option then.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to Angry Hard René first.
Power tracks leading onto the roof. The slush rain almost washed them off. An ancient fountain that doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Also wanted to notice that day is ending. Yeah, I see that. Sure, great to get to the filth. Certain sharps and clicks, useful still there.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
This one's still chewing on the sandwich.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
Oh yeah, it was a tutorial lady that talked about it, that's true.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Right, but I'm also a man with a fork in a world of soup. What's up, Putemonstre? Hello.
That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime.
I get a plus for acting without hesitation. Let's do it.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work.
Feel the ball.
The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it. Probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready.
Taking the surroundings.
A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball.
There is time for a last glance inwards. Who am I?
An embodiment of pure motion. A fine-tuned locomotive.
Oh god, this is gonna be
running
awful.
at maximum efficiency. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet.
Merde! Bordel de merde! What the hell is your problem?
Not a weak tricep, that's for sure.
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
I'm sensing anger and I don't understand why.
You vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 bull.
Oh, pétanque. I understand. I thought it was shot put.
Well, it damn well isn't. It's pétanque. You ruined a pétanque game. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
You are an officer of the law, with way more important things to worry about than bowls. Don't take this crap.
I don't have a bowl, but will this do? Hold out the shot put bowl.
Will this... No, it will goddamn not.
Thank you, officer. This is really something. Honestly, I think it's better than our old bull, even.
There we go.
Mon Dieu. All right, fine. What do you want, officer?
Just talk. It'll smooth things over. Old people like attention.
I just finished my rewatch of The Last of Us, and it just hit me a really good idea to improve the story of that show. Spoilers! Okay, I want to read this out loud then. Okay. Alright, it's a meme, gotcha. Which would be so much better. Yeah, I came up with that on my own. I'm kind of, what you say, like a master of storytelling. That'd be. Did you just watch it all in like one quick go, or have you been watching it like over the week? When is that? That's what we're like that's like next weekend, I think, right? And I mean, you're completely right, of course. I completely agree with you. I'm watching like 2 episodes a day. Oh yeah, nice. I think I'm good on the rewatch of that. It's just like I feel like I know the story so well, but I mean it's a great show, so there's nothing wrong with rewatching it. But I need to rewatch Stranger Things. That I actually need to rewatch. And that's gonna take a goddamn like 3 months or something. Did you like it more on a second on like a rewatch, or was it about the same? I really liked Joel in the show. I really liked Joel in the show. Joel was really good. Do you know anything about the man hanged in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
Spoilers. Okay. Once again, I guess just because The Last of Us is relevant right now, I'm not gonna read the spoilers out loud. But I mean, they are in chat, so. Spoiler poop. That's actually like an actual interesting part of that dilemma though, son. That a lot of people don't bring up. The same, I think my opinion on the middle episodes went down a bit. They are good episodes, but I think there are like 2 episodes that are a bit slow. Okay. I think I probably agree with that overall. And most of the locals?
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with cops?
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
Again, you don't know anything?
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future.
You seem to be playing in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
I think the ending segment in the show was really good though, like better than in the game. That's something that like, you know, when we talk about remakes, like The Last of Us Part 1 has already been remade, but usually remakes are like a way older games. I was thinking like, if they remake The Last of Us Part 1 in like, you know, 2053 or whatever. Episode 3 was so good that I wish they had ditched that story instead of an anthology series tied up by Joel and Ellie traveling and just seeing aftermaths. Oh yeah, that would have been great. I mean, we talked a lot about that when the show released, right? Like, some of the best parts of the show were those like initial episodes at the start where you kind of saw other places in the world and things happening. Kind of sucks that they went away from that so hard. They really could have focused more on the world as a whole, and like on different characters rather than just Joel and Ellie. That feels like a little bit of a missed opportunity. I love The Last of Us. I think the intro is strong in the game, but the ending is strong in the show. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, the intro in the game is really, really good. It's second season now, so it comes out in about a week, I think. Releases in about a week. Do you know what created it?
I do. Fire from heavy artillery.
Okay, it's a crater left by artillery fire, but why?
Why what?
Why was heavy artillery used?
Because that's what happens when communists hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Wait, who are the communards?
Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose a name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality.
Oh, I hate commies so hard. Oh, I hate them. Did you use artillery fire against them?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked.
He had squeezing a bowl in his fist.
Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
Why shell them here in Martinez?
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first.
The beachhead?
Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol.
He finds your lack of historic knowledge troubling, a sign of mental deterioration in the preceding generations.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
Deathblow sounds grim. Not thoughtfully and turned to look northeast.
This here is Blood Ground, where Coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Oh my god.
Blood Ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Hold on, the Coalition?
Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil.
Is that why everything's so bombed out?
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too.
Hey, Christopher, what's up? How are you
The
doing?
rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
Just author on terrace doing the rust, trying to hoard up tarp, and planters running it. Oh, nice. Commies just don't understand how money works.
No, they don't. But I'm sorry it had to be the coalition. After 8 years of fighting rabid commies, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case.
This royal failure weighs heavily on him.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
So I guess this area was, there was like a, we know that the previous leader was really bad and he messed everything up really, really bad. He spent like all the money on drugs and hookers or whatever. Then there was a communist revolution, and then and during the revolution, I guess the royalists and the communists fought each other, and eventually the, what were they called again? The coalition came and cleaned everything up basically, and now the coalition has like soft control of this area. And I guess we would be part of the of the coalition? Question mark. How does Felipe the Third factor into this? Point towards the monument.
It doesn't. That was 100 years ago. It had nothing to do with anything.
Who was this Frisel?
Damn Frisel.
Frisel.
He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution.
Actually, this guy's also French, so he's probably part of us. You mentioned Guillaume?
A true king in both blood and mind, led Revachol before Frisel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile.
What exactly is a Circassian?
The suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already.
Soon, they will forget everything. Him too. Then he chooses anger over melancholy.
It's no use talking to you. He was still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the Filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Damn. Very low chance. I saw the statue of Felipe III near the roundabout.
Ah, yes! King Philip III, on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
What was that about cocaine?
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine, for clarity of vision, to aid in their work. Regnum cocainum, Revachol's finest years.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in labor. And it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes sense.
What's that about higher realms? Sounds interesting. The most French lore possible. He was a drug addict from when he was a baby.
It's really not. Please, do spare us the cocaine fairy tales.
Yes, indeed. We're not here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
How should a true king rule?
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood.
Powerful leaders, not afraid to do what must be done. That's what this country needs.
Revachol would be a different place if more people realized that. We could still be the...
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
There's awareness in his voice now. He's heard his rant many times
The
before.
Carabiner doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve. No one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come, still in that antique uniform. It's a symbol for him.
Hei, Alfa! Hei, gamle mor. Har du kommet opp for å se etter meg? 1, 2 og 3. Nå er det faktisk sånn at jeg har dyna på meg. Så det betyr at du kan ikke ha dyna på deg også. Så hvis du har lyst til å komme opp her og legge deg i senga, så kan jeg legge teppet over deg eller et eller annet, så kan du ligge og slappe av sånn. So, I think I'm gonna go back into the building after this conversation and just start to finish up that second floor, because I don't know what happens when the day passes. Like, it feels like there's multiple worlds there, right? There's a world where the days are completely pointless, and the world where they're important. So it could be that once a day passes, a bunch of events transpire and things happen, or it could be that like some things happen and transpire. But I just want to be done with that like upper floor before that happens, I guess. Let's talk about something else.
Right.
Wow, you work hard.
I do?
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
Does it come in gang? Does it come in gang? Så jag kan spela på stumpen. I guess I do, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like a horse. A workhorse. For hard work.
What work do I do exactly?
Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged.
That's space?
That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride.
I fucking ride till I die, bitch.
That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco-Negros and the Solas. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer.
Congratulations between capitalism, communism, centrism, and fascism. You picked capitalism. Oh, have my cumulative choices brought me to a character moment? I love capitalism so much it buys all the Warhammer. What's there no choice for anarchism? You could say I took some money from the Manana guy too.
You didn't log that in as a donation either. You don't log any of that shit in. You're a straight rider.
I guess I've made some gills, sure.
Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? but you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself, are you rich?
Yeah, quite.
Get out of here. You're a pauper.
Oh.
You work harder than anyone. Almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
There's a market for corrupt cops out there, but the immigrant cops have price dumped it. Fucking taxes, man.
That's right. 100%. Fucking G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze.
What even is this multiple choice text game for ads? It's a communist game. It's the game about communism. Really? Every time I sneeze?
Every time you wipe your ass. They got their direct and their indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax, alimony. One tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus there's the stuff people in other countries pay for. That makes them ask for more money from you. Here. Total tax duties add up to 98% of all your money.
No fucking way. I guess I'm a free market fundamentalist now. Oh god, is this like a irreversible choice I make? I don't know if I want to be a free market fundamentalist. That sounds lame. Free market fundamentalists are crazy people. It's not really a choice right now, okay. I'm just gonna play my goddamn character. Always pick opt-in? What was that? And then I can just not use it. Cabinet of thoughts. Ah, okay. No fucking way, I guess I'm a free market fundamentalist now.
Here you go, hustler. Fight the righteous fight. Free the people. Keep it real. Keep it street. Keep foaming at the mouth furiously on the tax issue.
So what, I opt in so that I just get the option to in case I want to do it. Homosexual? First, if you have a side bitch ideology cooking somewhere, don't sweat it. Fighting indirect taxation for the Gossamer state is compatible with all creeds. It's cool like that. You're a cool anarchist now, unless you don't want to be an anarchist. Whatever. Stuff this meal ticket in your eye socket and let's see if we can steal some love back from the robber barons and the customs agency and the banditos to the Insulian Finance Oversight and Competition Committee. Wait, so this is anarchy? This is compatible with all creeds. Maybe I steal this with Plaza? I'm just like gonna be caused by an earthquake. I guess it's close to anarcho-capitalism. Oh god. That's literally the worst form of capitalism and anarchy. I don't want to be that. I'm playing this dude as a guy that just doesn't care and is a little bit kooky in the head. Like he knows that he's messed up, and he doesn't really care about the fact that he's messed up. But he has like short moments of realization where it's like, oh my god, my life sucks. And then it really vibes with the spiritual world.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
The radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
You think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Turn on the machine.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Look inside the compartment.
It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Press play.
Nothing happens.
Press print.
Nothing happens. Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave
It's the guy
mural.
from Realm Reborn, Alphino and Alice's grandpa, or whatever.
Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of Welkins. You make out autumnal candle Welkins, casting wax-based magic.
Wasn't the Vulcan the tabletop game?
Translucent Welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether Welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space.
This is where Joshi P was explaining how he's gonna save the game.
Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the Welkin, this is important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
Purge the Xenos. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions. One of them is a Welkin supremacist.
Mm-hmm. Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
Who are these creatures?
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Why did anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game.
Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkin. Is this like a meta thing? Like this was the original game these guys were working on?
Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone.
Inspect the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Inspect the schedule, inspect the notes.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid. the grand scheme of production and money. Everyone is constantly teetering on the edge of the abyss, an abyss of production. These squares look orderly, but beneath them is chaos, worry, pain. Minimi stands for a mini meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
Keep reading what happened.
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The hand looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune out, Wirral Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe.
This is the type of thing where it's like these guys tried to make a game before this or whatever, or like a tabletop game or something, and it didn't work out.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric.
Nice.
The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on, how do I know what Kedron mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical here.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled The Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
Wait, who's the Game Master?
Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people.
Ah.
A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. All of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else? Squint at the lines?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace
I bet
in
there's
pages.
a hidden roll there. Scribble across the notebook of the most advanced art in the universe.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Looks like an undercover counterintelligence program.
No, that's not it. I think it looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
How are they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interisolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And this was a role-playing game?
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
They could create some kind of world with war and crafts. Yeah, but this sounds like it's like a the way this sounds like is that you would have like people all across the world role playing in the same world with each other, and then you would have like a game master listening to all the radio frequencies, like changing things in the world. So it's like an MMO but over radio, right?
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
The curse got them. I see no other explanation.
Ah, yes. The doom of bad business practices.
That looks like this the director, the pipes howl and rat across the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Is that called mod? Well, mods is not like a workable interface, though, right? This doesn't sound like it had any interface. It's not like you can connect to the computer. It sounds like you connect to the radio. I think. Ooh. Did I go buy that book? I'm gonna do it. Screw it. Screw it, man. I'm gonna spend all my goddamn money on books and there's nothing anyone can do to stop me. Don't mind me, ma'am. I need to get a book up here.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime.
Indeed. Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains what you're...
Alright, let's see if this book helps us in any way. Real foreboding impression, although it's hard to figure out why. Describe the various ways of healing, debilitating ailments, the use of pale, some of which sound implausible at best.
Medicinal purposes of the Pale. The cover of this heavy tome features a number of esoteric symbols.
Open the book.
Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the general benefits of the Pale. A large pharmacopoeia makes up nearly half of the book.
What's a pharmacopoeia?
You come across the following explanation. While modern pharmacopoeia are continually updated by so-called experts based on the results of clinical trials, readers will find assembled here the timeless wisdom relied upon by generations of traditional Seolite medicine practitioners, Mesk mystics, and Ilmaran folk doctors. It's all quackery, in other words.
Whoa!
Finally, something to calm the angry spirits that have been plaguing you. It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may be gathered from the Pale, as well as instructions for producing a variety of herbal remedies.
Is there anything in there about restoring lost memories?
There are a number of Seolite tonics that promise to improve your short-term memory, but nothing that speaks to your condition.
Anything about curing an apocalyptic hangover?
There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the various descriptions, you become convinced that you could assemble something from the ingredients listed here. Want to give it a shot?
Alright, book, let's see what you got.
First, you need to choose a base ingredient.
I think a ginger root makes sense.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle.
Mix it with a drum of whiskey.
Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
A spoonful of sugar.
You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey and ginger. According to the pharmacopoeia, it should increase your energy and focus, though, in your experience, it's only done the opposite. Would you like to try again?
No.
You close the book and find yourself staring at the...
Okay, that was a waste of money. 。 Maybe if I try again, I can like actually create a recipe if I just select the right things. Maybe I just because there's not that many options. Maybe I just need to keep trying. Skis with the slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. Steel rotor blades bearing a slipstream logo. Yoink. Yoink. The walls collapse inaccessible now.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Interesting.
Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Okay, what is this thing? Is it a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside.
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Look inside the furnace.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing?
I heard the murderer of the hanged man talking.
Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Those voices I heard, maybe it's the malignant entity? Hassan said it lives in the chimney.
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least not the supernatural kind.
Smear your hand with coal.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
Hadramut Karzai, smear your cheeks black with coal.
3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
What are you doing?
I'm the reincarnation of an ancient Ilmaran warrior.
Please wipe your face clean, officer.
No, you're a proud warrior. Keep it.
Don't wipe it.
These 3 stripes give you strength in this dangerous realm. It would be foolish to remove them.
We're exploring this dark place and I need the protection my war paint
And
affords.
this protects you.
This is traditional war paint. It will grant me safe passage with the spirits that guarded this place.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Just pointing out, this is not traditional Seminese war paint. No idea where you got it.
Listen, Encyclopedia, I don't need to listen to you. You're helpful sometimes, but for matters like these, I think you might actually be useless.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red.
What is this thing? It looks like a giant ice bear.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door.
Crack open the door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Bless Kim, it's a fridge.
Of course. Just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge.
Should I see his hand on his face bathed in the harsh light of the open fridge door?
Let's take a look inside.
Look
The
inside.
shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Take the note from the door.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Examine one of the ice cream wrappers in there.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
What is that giant beer-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
Do they try to sell ice cream from this hyper-carnivore?
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
A red snaky cable run from the fridge.
The fridge buzzes with energy.
I've written note you found from the giant bear. Still some.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
Lieutenant leaned closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Read the note.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
Off-site with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. I wonder who wrote the note.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe it's because of the entity.
That's implausible.
Run again. What's the filament memory?
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
Right, I didn't even see that. It has a weird L on it. Who's the illiterate ginger kid?
Really? You don't have a single guess?
You mean Kuno?
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker could be?
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
An ice cream maker defrosted and unplugged. Flashlight creates a strange shadow. There is a hidden door here. Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Where are we?
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Look, there's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Okay, I do.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Inspect the rifles.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others. Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns.
This one looks nice.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
What does this mean? What does this mean? A rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
A broken bell in Margrave from ages past. It's a 4-shot bolt-action military rifle with a wooden frame. Oh, it's worth a lot of money. Should I be worried about like pawning off random items, or are they basically just worth money? What's that maker still running?
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
Try to crack open the
You
lid.
slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Equip the pry bar
Oh my
by going
God.
to the...
Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
Jesus.
This orange machine is buzzing like
Oh
an old
my
submarine.
God.
It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner.
Pry bar not strong enough?
This orange machine.
I mean, I can't try that with a...
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer
Pry
that
bar
appears to
not
be
strong
frozen.
enough. Okay, I gotta come back with the stronger pry bar, I guess. I guess I got a shit pry bar.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
I don't know if it's a good idea to undo the... Oh. I don't know if it's a good idea to pull the wire out. I mean, I can just put it back in
2
again.
cables are plugged into the break. Something close to you dies with a
Why did you do that?
Oh. Because it's black, the color of the immeasurable cosmos.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has 1 cable missing. This orange machine turning the crank is all gone now. Only the red cable. Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented.
I'll play the giant red
An
cable.
electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now.
Hello again.
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge slowly melting. Only the black cape somewhere in the dark.
I don't know if there's any reason to do that. I mean, I guess these things will stop using power, question mark? That would save the people that work in this building money, maybe? And I will walk 5,000 more just to be the one who walked. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. Take. The sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia-toned. Mid-town traffic passes overhead the ghost of skyscrapers, disappearing into a beige midday mist vapor rising from the delta on which the district was built. Postcard is prepaid.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney. This must be where the entity lives. This is directly above the central furnace in the cellar. The voices probably came from here.
Knock on it.
What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens.
Knock on it harder.
Still nothing. No one's home.
Knock even harder.
Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now.
There must be another way to wake up whoever is in there. Maybe we can try yelling in.
Sure. God damn it. Oh, but the yelling was a hard trick too, wasn't it?
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
War paint on my face gives me a +1. DC 10, we have a +3, we gotta roll 1 above. Oh wait. Yeah, oh yeah, this is about average.
Something
Nice.
breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
You hear a woman's voice answer?
you've awakened the entity.
I summon the ghost of this doomed commercial area. Answer me, spirit.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs, the sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Oh, please, let me leave. And I unlock 5,000 more. This tray is full of dice, colorful polyhedral dice, hundreds of them. Can dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice. Well, well, well. Look what we have here.
Hello. I'm Nia.
A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius.
She taps her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Hold on, what do you mean by Milius?
Yes, a Milius is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
You must have been confused with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
No, I was looking for something else. Squint your eyes mysteriously. Answers.
Answers? How strange. These days people only come to me for dice and role-playing games. I'm not sure how helpful I'll be, but go ahead and ask.
The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and minerals.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites. This person means you, or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly.
How did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
You like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
True.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
I'd like to order a dice from you.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Tell me about your most extraordinary die.
A star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm a star myself, a superstar, and a superstar don't care about money.
Yes, you definitely have the proper attitude. How about a pair of 100-sided dice, made of ivory and inlaid with lodestone, a naturally occurring magnet, to complement your magnetic personality?
Pieces of lodestone were used as the first magnetic compasses, from which they derived their other name, course stones. That's a stone for leaders.
10 real, and I can get these ready in 8 hours.
Do they magnetic dice even roll properly?
It's true. Magnetic dice are definitely different. When rolled together, the magnetic fields of the pips interact with each other to push and pull on each other as they're rolled, just like all magnetic personalities do.
I've seen this flirting I've heard in my life. I don't have the money. I didn't think about it first.
Maybe you have some other ideas for dice?
Are these like dice I can do like a reroll or something? Do you know the viral untethered setting? I want to die for that.
Ah, yes. Fortress Accident. It's too bad they never finished their game. The Wiro Untethered die is a variation of a standard role-playing die. Only, instead of plants, it uses motives of ice and death. And loss, of course.
Ice, death, loss. Sounds like you.
I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice and dead as, well,
I'll turn
death.
back sitting to Turtle Agent,
For
so
7
no,
real.
true. That's
I could have
true.
it ready in 8 hours.
What's a standard role-playing die?
It's an icosy tetrahedron, a 24-sided die that can produce results for 2-sided, 3-sided, 4-sided, 6-sided, and 12-sided die with a single roll. Technically, you can also use it for many other sizes, but you may need to reroll results.
Why do you need to cast it in resin?
Untreated bone is porous and prone to chipping. Cast it in something hard like resin though, and voila, it's perfect.
I should maybe get a different one.
Maybe you have some other ideas
Do you have any
for
cursed
dice?
dice?
What do you mean by cursed?
Abracadabra, perish like this world.
Alright, how about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours with 7 real, and I'll give. Maybe you have some other ideas
So actually, I
for
don't
dice?
know what die I want.
How about an amber die?
Amber, a poor man's gold?
Who told you amber was cheap? It's beautiful, really, and has been treasured since the ancient times. For 7 real, I'll craft you a 13-sided die from piece of amber with a fossilized insect. It's perfect for those who can't seem to let go of their past.
That sounds like me.
I had a feeling. Maybe you have some other ideas for dice?
Just a normal die for me, please. Very regular.
A normal die? I'm a novelty dice maker. I don't make normal dice.
What do you do then?
Polyhedral dice. Dice that have more than 4 sides. Octahedrons, trapezohedrons, dodecahedrons. But also barrel dice and teetotum bowls. Come on now.
I think I've seen barrel dice
Be
before.
a little creative.
Well, if it's to help with my work.
I think I have just the right one for you.
Or that's gonna take something out. 2 polyhedrons, red and blue, are cradled in a poem.
Police colors.
Because I'm a police officer, right?
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it's best. Here, catch. They're a gift from me.
Oh.
Mr. Smooth
Hey!
moves. You snatch the dice out of the air with one hand, just like you're in a movie.
Damn, just a success. Wink at the dice maker.
Oh, what are the odds? The red one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay, and the blue one is the inverse. I believe these dice are your lucky charm, officer.
I was thinking they would fall into the hole or whatever.
She
I have to go
looked
down and
back
grab
at
them.
you. Can you believe it? You truly are Mr. Smooth Moves.
Ah, the Speaker wings back to you.
You definitely need luck in Martinez. Was there anything else?
What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean, daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids, and lately I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
You often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
And you never took your eyes off the work to look out the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Hey, where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks and the make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse. Does it mean she's unlawfully occupying a part of the house? Shameful.
Creative.
Arrest her. I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
She nods as the wind howls in from this furnace above. Wait, how do you explain what happened to all those companies then?
It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail.
True, that's true. A lot of businesses fail. Plaisance is the only one, is the one who sent me. She's convinced that this place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
But she isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Hold on, the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the east of the Commerce Central project.
I know the whirling isn't doing well either. Its waiters just took off and customers have trouble paying bills.
And then there is me.
She sighs looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools they're scattered, from knives to carvings, files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Plaisance thinks it's because you're the source of it, a malignant entity.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity?
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
I think it still might be you that's causing this. Narrow your eyes very mysteriously.
So I'm the grand dragon in the cave. Might I ask what supports this claim?
I yelled to summon the ghost of the doomed commercial area, and you were the one who answered.
Oh my, I've revealed myself. You better call the exorcists.